Hello, hello, hello. I have my notebooks because I might not remember everything. But hi, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Hello to my Instagram family. I know it's been a minute since I came on live and talked about anything, but now that I can start to feel the shift in energy as 2024 draws near to the end, which is crazy to even think about the fact that 2024 is about to end. But I'm coming here to talk about the stuff that I love to talk about, everything astrology. So right now we're going through a transition where next year, hold on, before I start getting too ahead of myself, let me make sure I got all my things in order. I don't even think I need this page. Do I need this anymore? I do not. Okay. So right now we are living in the energy of the North Node being Aries, and we will start to get a shift in that energy starting January 12th through April 27th when the North Node moves into Pisces. So if you don't know anything about North Nodes to me, and I'm just really going to paraphrase it in the way that it makes sense to me. The North Node is basically where we're moving towards, what our aspirations should be, what is like the ultimate, I want to say, goal or maybe even pathway of our lives. Everyone's birth chart will have a North Node in that chart to show where it is best to put your energy, where you may find the most success, and what lessons you are also going to be learning in this lifetime. I will say, like, it's almost like a guiding light. Like, this is something that you need to be working towards. And the South Node, that represents what we have already learned in our past. The things that the lessons that we learned in the different attributes about ourselves that we may naturally possess, or what we've done before and gained some kind of knowledge and wisdom in. So typically, that's the kind of energy that we're not so much putting behind us completely, but knowing that's not the energy that we should be focused in. We shouldn't get too comfortable in the South Node energy. So like I said, the North Node will move into Pisces January 12th, and it will stay there all the way till April 27th, which is really a long time compared to what we just experienced with Aries being in the North Node and Libra being in the South Node. That we have that energy starting in July 19th of 2023, and that will end in January 11th of 2025. I put 4, but 2025. So that was about basically about a year and a half us being in this energy. But when the North Node moves into Pisces, we're going to be in that energy for about 2 years and 3.5 months. So to me, that automatically puts in my mind it's going to be we're going to be in that energy because there's more of a lesson that we may need to learn during those two while Pisces is in the North Node. So I'm very interested to see how things fold out. But nonetheless, I'm coming with my own intuitive downloads that I've been getting of recently, the feelings that I've been undergoing as we move into this new kind of energy, as well as just talk about what this actually means, breaking down the meaning of Pisces, and just understanding more of being able to read the stars, being able to read our natal charts, being able to read the current charts that's happening right now, so we can know how to best move forward, where we're not just being drugged. We don't want to be drugged. We want to be able to be in the year and be able to plan our goals as best as we can so we can achieve those and understand what energy is working with us so we have a better idea of how we can move. To me, when I think of natal charts, And also just thinking of just reading astrological charts to me is almost like playing a game of cards. And it's actually something called cardology, but I'm not, well, anyway. It's like reading, playing a game of cards. Everyone is dealt a certain hand, and you have to look at the cards that you have been dealt and pretty much strategize what is the best way for you to play these cards where you win or maybe even lose but not feel like a loser. Does that make sense? Like, you kind of like, oh, you know what? I did my best. We're going to pay it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So, before I start getting into talking about the North Node being in Pisces next year, I want to first talk about what we've been under, how we've been feeling in the past year while we've been in the North Node being in Aries. Not only were we under the North Node being Aries and South Node being in Libra, we were also still under the energy of Chiron being in Aries as well. And Chiron is all about the wounded healer. It's about the parts of ourselves that we may have, our wounds, that we actually need to overcome and how we can actually grow. So, North Node being Aries, okay, Aries we know is the leader, they're outgoing. I'm actually an Aries sun myself, so much out to all my Aries. But Aries is all about being a leader. It's the warrior energy. It's about passion. It's about exploration. It's about being on adventures. It's about going for what you want, not being afraid of yourself. Independence, especially. Aries is all about being independent. So, with North Node being Aries, this was our time to really get a better sense of who we are, what our passions are, getting away from more of the group thought and really getting into what do I think, what do I believe in, and especially what you believe in for your own belief systems in general, how you think the world should work, how you think structure should be, your family dynamics, the relationships, not only relationships as far as, hey, thank you for all the likes, please share too if you can, but not only in our relationships, like romantic relationships, but relationships with friends, our co-workers, our family, and most importantly, our relationships that we have with ourselves. With Chiron being in Aries and carrying around this wound, we may have gone through identity crisis. We may have felt like, okay, I am not who I used to be. I no longer want to be who I used to be. But I'm still kind of unsure of who I am now, but I do have an aspiration of who I want to be. So it might have been like a push and a pull of our own identities of who we once were, who we currently are, and who we actually want to be. And if we kind of feel like in the middle and trying to find what is the right balance, how much of our old selves need to be released in order for our newer forms and versions of ourselves to step forward, and being able to explore more of who we are and not keep our own selves in a box. But also, as South Node was in Libra, it's also putting a sense of our own ego down. And as we were able to look within inside ourselves and kind of try to figure out who the fuck we are and all that stuff, but also find that balance to figure out how we can incorporate that in our relationships, and also give the other people in our lives a bit of grace because of it as well, right? So balancing how much of ourselves, and just speaking for me, I definitely was more of a people pleaser. I definitely, in this part, I know I still have I always want people to feel comfortable. People feel very open to talk with me, and I love making people feel good. I love, like, when you come into my presence, I always hope that you walk away feeling better, feeling empowered, feeling something, feeling light, right? But at a certain point, it was an imbalance of me over giving where I wasn't actually paying attention to myself and my own needs and taking care of myself, and my health and my mental and emotional attributes and everything like that. So for me, as Aries has been this North Node, it definitely made me take a longer look at myself and be okay with that, and also figure out how I can change my dynamics in my relationships, whether it be personal relationships, friendships, possible business partnerships and everything like that. So that's where that South Node in Libra was coming in. It definitely was. And tell me if anybody has been experienced, have you guys experienced any of that, of, you know, trying to be true with yourself, but then also keeping that that balance within your relationships. I hope that makes some kind of sense, right? So yeah, as Aries been North Node, it definitely has been an emphasis of understanding who we are and also what our passions are. As I took more time to reflect more on myself and take a better look at myself, I was able to understand what my passions were. I remember how much I love music and writing and poetry, because that was a big emphasis of understanding and remembering who I was and remembering who we are. We start to begin what our passions are, to remember what our passions are, what our gifts are, what our talents are, what are the things that we can offer not only to the world but also offer to ourselves, right? And which ultimately, in certain cases, people may have started to develop a different relationship with their spirituality, with who they see God is, who is God. Maybe develop a different relationship with nature, with practicing different spiritual modalities, meditating, going out in nature. Maybe some people went back to church. I don't know, whatever you do to be you, baby, you know? So yeah, I spoke of this a little bit as well. One thing as well with Aries being in the North Node, we've been practicing and having more practice on what our boundaries are. Boundaries with other people. Where do you begin? Where do you end and somewhere else begins? Where you're able to distinguish what is for you to carry and do and what is for other people, and not feeling like you have to take on too much. But then also making sure that nobody's crossing your boundaries, that you're not being disrespected, that you have a clear line, a sense of ownership and autonomy and self-respect that you have for yourself now, that you want to maintain because it's just good for you and yourself, right? For your own mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, whatever health, right? So establishing healthy boundaries with other people, but also understanding your boundaries with yourself. Maybe having a better understanding of like, hey, I just give myself as a prime example. I'll be 35 next year, and I'm like, you know, beforehand I used to be able to stay up later and wake up in the morning and be fine, you know, hey. But now I can't do that. If I don't go to sleep at a decent enough hour, I'm gonna be crap. Like, it's just not gonna work. And I know not everyone is able to do that. But for me, again, I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. I'm just like, what is it? Green, I don't know how to say your name. Grenix. I'm terrible, but I appreciate you. But, you know, and I realized that once I went to bed earlier, I'm feeling better. I'm in a much better mood. And I'm able to get things done a lot more. So I identify like my boundary is this hour. And so establishing and understanding the boundaries that we have for ourselves, so we can continue to be at our best. We can continue to, you know, push past certain barriers and limitations that the world may have set on us, close people of ours may set on us, and maybe even our barriers that we put on ourselves. Because during this time of self-reflection, you know, we may have had a better sense of where we want to change our lives and where we want to move forward in our lives. So being able to have boundaries with yourself, knowing that there's certain habits, certain routines that we may have to change or let go of because we're trying to move forward, and that requires boundaries and discipline within ourselves, right? So also Aries energy, North Node, definitely been a bigger emphasis in having a little bit more discipline. Hi guys, everyone, for entering the room. If you can, please like and share the video. I do have a live goal. If this message is resonating with you, that'll be awesome. At the end, I will be doing a card pulling on just like what the Pisces North Node may have for us. I may do 1 card, I may do 3, I don't know, but we'll see once we get there. Okay, so we did identity, our wounds, boundaries. I talked about relationships, independence. Okay, so we also have, when I was just saying beforehand, having a better sense of what our new goals may be and going after that, having a sense of adventure, seeing where we are the leader in our own lives and seeing where we have to take more responsibility in certain areas of our life, because we cannot continue to blame other people. That may have been something that you may have been experienced. Maybe you were in a space where you feel like a lot of people may have had power over you, whether they were taking it from you or you were giving it away, but realizing where you were also, I know a lot of times we may feel like it's people doing something to us, but we also have to realize that it's also us doing that thing to us. So being able to take a form of accountability and seeing where where are you actually leading yourself in your life? Like, where are you leading yourself? Are you leading yourself into something that you want, or are you leading yourself in something that you don't want? And taking full responsibility of that and not trying to push it and blame other people, because ultimately we are the only person in our lives that can really change our situations, right? I mean, of course, you want people to apologize. Of course, you want people to recognize you. But at the end of the day, we ultimately are the only ones who have that power to change and move forward in our lives, okay? People may have also experienced certain addictions in their life. Again, being the leader in your life, kind of looking around and seeing, okay, where may I have addictions? And addictions doesn't necessarily mean like drugs or anything like that, but where were you spending your time? And was that something that was actually good for you, or were you addicted to negative thought forms? Were you addicted to people? Were you addicted to certain places, certain foods, certain patterns, certain people? Where were these addictions? And again, how were you leading yourself down into that? So that might have been something that we recognized too. And seeing that probably could have felt fucking heavy. You probably felt terrible. I mean, I can personally say that for myself, because that's hard to look in the mirror and see you in your greatness, and then also like, damn, you might want to change that. That's tough. That's not an easy thing. So for anybody who has experienced that and you're still here, you're still strong, you're still thriving, you're still moving, you're still vibing, shout out to you, because you did it. No matter how you may have felt you were wrong, you wish you can go back and change things, you're still here. How you do it? Okay. You're still here and you're still great, So also finally, and I really, really, really hope that people have got this the most from being under this North Node and Aries energy, because I feel like we're definitely going to need it as we move into the next few years, and into this Pisces energy and North Node, is everyone should have gotten a sense of courage, boldness, a sense of knowing who the fuck you are, standing your ground, appreciating who you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the smelly, and the perfumes of it all. Because yes, you might have experienced some parts where you might have beaten yourself up, because we're going through the shedding, we're seeing ourselves in the light, but also in our darkness. But ultimately, I hope for everyone, because of us being in this Aries energy and Aries being the warrior and being courageous, there is a certain amount of courage that we all, I hope, have experienced of ourselves and of life, and if nothing else, just being fucking fed up, putting your foot on the ground, wherever the hell, or drawing that line in the sand and saying, this is where I stand. And to me, that is courage. That is being radical. That is because you're being genuine with yourself. You are not taking shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's for me what I interpret it as the year from January 19, 2023 until Lord, I can't speak. That is my interpretation of us being in the Aries North Node energy that started in July 19th of 2023, and we will be moving out of it of January 11th of 2025. Okay, so let's move on into this North Node in Pisces energy, which will be happening in January, on January 12th of 2025 all the way into April 27th of 2026. And again, that is about 2 years and 3.5 months. So we're going to be under that energy for a long time. Okay, so with us moving into the North Node being in Pisces, as I said before, the North Node is, yes, I'm married. I've been married for 15 years this year. But the North Node is where we are moving to, where our focus, our direction, a calling or a pulling of where we're going, of what energy we're going to be under, or what attributes we should be focusing on, we should be mastering, we should be learning. So we're going to be moving into, sorry guys, this Piscean energy. So as Pisces is going to be the North Node, and the South Node is going to be Virgo. Haha. And as I say Virgo, here comes this squirrel that just popped out of the in my backyard right by my door. And Virgo represents our pets. Virgos are small animals. So, and I'm gonna get into that as I move further along in the video, but that was just very synchronistic for that squirrel pop out. Hey guys, if you're getting in here, please like and share the video. I do also have a live goal. If you like what I'm saying today, definitely you can send that live goal. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. So Pisces, just to kind of go over what some different things about Pisces so we can have an idea of what energy we're going to be entering to. So Pisces is the 12th house. The ruling planet is Neptune. Pisces is a water sign. Pisces deals with dreams, altered consciousness, meditation, medication, illusions, Hollywood, glamour, the subconscious. It also deals with our feet. Prisons, letting go, releasing, spirituality, music, intuition, delusions, cinema, the arts, creativity, imagination, fantasy, connecting to source or connecting to God, downloads, and even secret enemies, which I thought was funny. And then also a lot of times when people think about Jesus Christ, they typically associate him with living in the Piscean age. So right now, you know how people are saying, oh, we're in the Aquarian age. Well, in the time of Jesus, that was the Pisces age or something. We're gonna get back to that. Don't mind me. Okay, so what I'm intuitively feeling of what we're going to be experiencing as we move under this Pisces North Node energy is, number one, people will be gathering. Oh, also Aquarius is moving, Pluto is moving into Aquarius, I believe this month on the 19th. And the Aquarius is all about innovation, community, brethren, like your brethren of people, society, technology, uniqueness. It's quirky. It's being an individual. It's almost like Aries of being an individual, but being an individual within the group. Like how, yes, I'm myself, and how can myself add to the overall collective and well-being of this group that I'm in, of society, of humanity, mankind type of shit, right? So Pluto will be moving into Aquarius during that time as well. So with Pluto moving into that Aquarian energy, people will more than likely be gathering with each other, especially based on belief systems. Again, Pisces is about spirituality. Pisces is about, a higher consciousness, connection with another source. So more than likely people of beliefs, more than likely people will be gathering because of the certain beliefs that they have. And it may not necessarily be all the way as being a spiritual belief, but it can be a belief about many other things. Maybe a belief about politics, our resources, education. I definitely feel there is going to be a coming together of groups, but I will definitely have to say I feel like it's more so going to be religious or spiritually based. And that could be another thing that has been coming to me. Now, I also had a dream about it before. I have Venus and Pisces in my third house, whole sign, and second house, Placidus. So my dreams, because Pisces deals with dreams, my dreams can be very vivid, and my dreams typically have some kind of message. I've been having them since I was a little girl. And some dreams, they're nothing, it never passes, but a lot of my dreams that, especially even some I've had years ago, they've come to fruition now. So one of the dreams that I had was, I was with a group of people. It's in my notes somewhere, but it's in my phone. But I was with a group of people, and I remember we were talking about Christianity, but it was like a renewed, reform, revisited form of Christianity. So I don't know if that means like another subgroup of Christianity may come. I do believe, and I would not be surprised if more people started to go back into the church. But nonetheless, the dream I had was they were almost like not under siege, but they were being secretive about their belief systems, but it was still under like somewhat of the Christianity. I'm just gonna say this. To me, it felt like Christianity coming together with honoring nature. Christianity and coming together, honoring nature, and having women be a little bit more involved in the mystical, what's the word I'm looking? Oracle, ritualistic, practical type of thing. Like, it's going to be emerging of that, I believe. Now, but that's just what the sense that I'm getting. But yeah, so private, and then also with Virgo being in the South Node, and I'll read off to you what the Virgo energy is. And Virgo is the sixth house in astrology. So Virgo deals with purity, what we practice to become good, improvements. It deals with the earth. Practice makes perfect. Daily routine, habits, work, employment, religion, fishermen, spiritual downloads, meditation, putting an idea into practical, detailed steps. Roots, our nervous system, our hair, steady growth, stages of growth, planning, journeying, breaking down your goal, break down the months, the sounds, all those things. So as we move into so that would be our South Node energy. So that's the energy that we've already learned certain lessons from about it. So, but I think it's going to be really important to tap also into that South Node Virgo energy, because it's feeling like we're going to be getting, as we're in under this North Node and Pisces energy, we're going to be getting a lot of downloads. It's going to be a lot of intuition. And then also with Pluto being in Aries, it's like a watery, airy kind of sign. So we may be really airheaded, or we may have our head in the clouds a lot, because we're gathering all this information. And as well, I believe Uranus is moving into Gemini. I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be a lot of air energy. So we're going to be up in the clouds. We're going to be getting all these insights and downloads, which is great. But what we'll need to do, tapping back into that Aries energy and then also into that South Node and Virgo energies, how can we bring those things to the ground? How can we ground those things? How can we bring those into reality, as Virgo is about putting that idea into practical, detailed steps? How can we bring that down so that it's not only in our heads, but it not only serves us, but also serves the collective. It also serves our community, humanity, and everything like that, right? Oh, excuse me. Let me get some water. Oh goodness. Also, shout out to Taurus, full moon today. Welcome everybody who's entering the room. Please like and share the video. I also have a live goal. If you like what I'm talking about, at the end of this video, with this live, I'm going to actually pull a card just for the energy of what this North Node will be, have to look forward to this North Node in Pisces. And if you want your own card, I'll pull one card for you if you send a crown. So just something to think about. So yeah, also I thought was funny as well. It says that Virgo deals with hair, and I've been getting that next year while we're under this energy, I think a lot of women are going to be cutting off their hair, or I think that short hairstyles are going to be the it thing. I've been noticing it a lot myself. A lot of people cutting off their hair. I've been wanting to cut my hair for a long time, but you know, no, not right now, Mr. Ben. Who've been wanting to do that. So I just keep that in the back of mind. Their short hairstyles may be in. Women may be cutting their hair. Women will definitely be in more suits. Women in suits is going to be like a highlighted thing, maybe more demure. So yeah, like I said about the North Node and Aries and how people were dealing with addictions, Pisces also rules addictions. So, and drugs. So there may be an uptick in people in drug use, or addictions will be a hot topic next year. I wouldn't be surprised if mushroom use rises or is more publicized, or people really start to use the mushroom as part of their spiritual practice. Or unfortunately, I hope not. I know there's been like a fentanyl drug use, so that might also be highlighted more. There may be more cases of overdose, but people, it's definitely people as Aries has been in the North Node since July of last year. I really hope that people have been able to get a better handle of certain addictions, because as we move into next year, it may be harder. Now, you may be overcoming addictions, or you may be falling further into it. So this will be a great time to really seek help now and for next year to help you get through that. Going back into just a spiritual part of that as well. Even for people who may have their own personalized spiritual practice, whether that's like, going for nature walks, that's meditation practices, yoga practices and everything. Different if you do your spiritual baths, or you light your incense, burn your sage. It'll be a bigger emphasis in making that more practical, really making that, cementing that more, or creating a new one to keep you grounded, to keep you focused during this time. Okay. I also think that prison reform, prisons may be in the news more often. Intuition will definitely be highlighted. It will definitely be heightened. I would definitely say this will be a time that having a form of, thank you so much. Having a form of discernment is going to be a absolute must during this time, because yes, we'll be getting our own intuitive, I don't know how to Cyrilla, I don't know, but thank you, Mr. Red Hat Guy. I appreciate you. Damn, what was I saying? Something. Ideas. Damn, don't you hate that when you lose your train of thought? I was on something, I lost it. Oh, intuition will be highlighted. So you definitely want to make sure, and that's going to be great, but you want to be able to make sure that you're still using a good form of discernment, because there's going to be a lot of things coming in. So being able to, again, being in those practices that will help you be grounded, but also at the same time open to receive. The information coming in will be great. I think really good meditation or grounding practice. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. A really good practice that will be good is to imagine yourself being like a sunflower, or imagine yourself being a flower or a tree. But something where, you know, you're rooted in the ground, but you're still open to receive in the light. And that light is just nourishing you, and you're grounded in that energy. So that would be a great meditation or visualization. I actually have a Pinterest. On my Pinterest, it's connected to my website, where I have a meditation that you can download from there that really helps to connect you to yourself, ground you, and also connect you to the elements as well. And also my Pinterest, there's a lot of AI art in there. It's really been inspired by the different placements in my natal chart. And I was just able to, so certain placements, so for example, I have my Mercury in Taurus. So I imagine what my Mercury in Taurus would be, and I use AI to create this beautiful artwork. So if you would go over there as well and follow me, that would be great. My Pinterest is Cosmic Ray, as it is here. I don't know if I can, I don't know how to share that or anything. I don't know, but Pinterest Cosmic Ray. Yeah. Moving forward. Grounded people may want to live in their heads. Oh, okay. We're gonna move on to this one. Another thing that will be highlighted is pets. With the South Node being in Virgo, and Virgo being the ruler over pets and small animals. Either people will be getting new pets, and I know I have been having an urge to get a pet, and typically for me, when the energy is about to shift, as we have these different shifts for with planetary shifts and everything, I start to get a sense of that like a few months before it actually happens. And I'm just learning to accept that about myself and not, run from it, and really make sure that I'm cultivating it more and speaking it out loud. So hopefully help other people, and also make sure that people, maybe they're experiencing that too, and then it helps you not feel so alone. Anyway, so people may be having an urge to get a new pet, because Pisces deals with the hospital. If you do have pets, I will up making sure that you're getting their checkups. They may have more visits to the vet. They may be there a little bit more. So I would just get ahead of it now and making sure that you are getting them those checkups. Also, as well as that we're also taking care of ourselves as well. Didn't I put hospitals, or am I tripping? I'm not tripping. Anyway, making sure you were also taking care of yourself. So if there's like a hospital visit that you have been avoiding, because Virgo also deals with health and routine, go ahead and start doing it now. Go ahead and start getting into the gym, because dealing with those addictions, you may go off in that. So you want to make sure that you're just you want to just be ahead of your health for these next 2 years and 3.5 months. And again, dealing with your pets, just making sure that you're going to get them a checkup and make sure they're all good. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they may get sick, or you just have to go be there a little bit more. But yeah, people may get the urge to have more pets. Also, again, with Pisces being the North Node, not only just literal pets, but animal guides, spirit guides, spirit guides, animal totems. You may notice that you might be seeing a cardinal more often, or maybe for some reason that you keep seeing a bear everywhere. You like there's some kind of symbol of a bear, not a literal bear, but maybe one day you might see a bear on the TV, and then you might be driving and you hear like, oh yeah, bear, there's bears here. Or you might see a bear sticker, or a cat, or dragonfly, or butter. I said a butter, I meant to say butterfly, y'all know what I meant. But you may be noticing more of those. So when you start to see those different animals, like for my example, my friend, she all of a sudden started to see frogs everywhere, and like for whatever the past few months, she's been having more and more frogs come to her house, like on her door, on her window, on her car. You might notice snakes, wherever the fuck. It could be any kind of animal, but take note of that. Go on Google or talk, or sometimes what I like to do before I go to Google, if I notice like there's a certain creature that's been coming to me more lately, I'll say a prayer, talking to God, talking to spirit. You know, what does this animal want to, what is it trying to show me? What is it trying to teach me? For it to come into my dreams as well. Again, with the North Node being in Pisces, people may be more inclined of tapping more into their dream space. Dreams may become more vivid. You may be receiving messages in your dreams. You may be receiving messages in your dreams from these spirit animals and everything, right? But I typically like to say, you know, what message are you trying to tell me? What lesson? Something. Why are you here? Why are you bothering me? But then also, just you can always go on Google as well and look on there and see what this animal represents. What is its message? What is the symbolism behind it? And see if that is relevant to what is going on in your life, or what it is that you need, right? And I'm almost done. Okay, I did trust your instincts. Discernment needs to be high. Remember to stay in balance. So you, again, remembering that what we learned and with as the South Node has been in Libra. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, because I need to. It's cold in my house. Hold on. Can I pause live? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, because I need to. It's cold in my house. Hold on. Can I pause live? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, because I need to. It's cold in my house. Hold on. Can I pause live? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, because I need to. It's cold in my house. Hold on. Can I pause live? Alright, my bad. I had to turn my heat up, because I'm like, damn, I'm feeling cold, got a little snot. Like, what's going on? Movies. Maybe Hollywood might be going under another reform, or it might be an explosion of movies. Oh, art. Oh my gosh, art. The actual love of art and the actual love of music, and not just because you solely want to do it for money, but because like it moves you, it fills you, it expresses you, it thrills you. So people may be into music and dance more, which I would love to see. Maybe more underground people will be highlighted. Hollywood might be more into music and dance again. Maybe more musical competitions may be coming up, or dance competitions. So if you are an artist, you are creative, this will also be a great time for you to tap more into your creativity, to share your creativity, being, your unique self, and really being more in your imagination and showing that into the world. Like people, the imaginative people will definitely be highlighted, and people of character as well. Character is in just being a genuine human, a genuine being, and also just being a colorful fucking character. You're just like, who the fuck is this person? You kind of cool, But anyway, but yeah, remember to stay balanced and be flexible. Forgiveness. Pisces is also Forgiveness is also under the energy of Pisces. So, I mean, when we think about Jesus Christ, one of the biggest things and one of his messages were, being a forgiveness, having a forgiveful heart. I mean, the whole thing about him dying because for our sins to be forgiven, like that type of thing. So forgiveness will definitely be highlighted. And with forgiveness, that also means even though we have built ourselves up to like stand our ground and put on our armors and have our boundary, don't cross this boundary, I'm not gonna cross this boundary, even though we built that up and we needed that in this Aries North Node energy, but during this Pisces energy, this sense of forgiveness, of being able to put down the ego, being able to put down the shield, so we can move forward, put the ego down, because right now knowing where your ego is, using your discernment, of course, knowing where your ego is overshadowing you to say you're sorry, has become more of a defense mechanism because you don't want to be hurt. You may not want to forgive that person because you don't want to be hurt again. You may not want to forgive yourself because you don't want to mess things up again. I know that's how I was. It's like, it was hard to forgive myself for certain things that I did because I'm like, I felt like, because when I didn't forgive myself, it made it harder to trust myself. It made it harder for me to be more courageous, to go after the things that I want, to believe that I can do it, to know that my failures don't justify or don't make me who I am, but also, easing up on myself and being able to not beat myself up so much. So not only is it forgiveness for other people, but also forgiveness for yourselves, because we're not perfect. We're humans. We make mistakes, but even though we make those mistakes don't dictate who and what we are. It doesn't dictate where our life should go or should stay. We don't have to punish ourselves for it, and I hope if anyone is struggling with forgiving themselves, I hope that you learn to forgive yourself and that it's okay, but making sure that we're able to say sorry when we fuck up to ourselves and sorry to other people, putting that ego down, so you can move forward. Okay, trust, instincts, and that's it, y'all. That is my interpretation of this Pisces North Node energy that's going to be happening from January 12th of 2025 all the way to April 27th of 2026. So 2 years and 3.5 months under that energy. That's a pretty long time. So moving on, I said I was going to pull a card for the energy. I'm not pulling this one. I think I'm going to do 3 cards from my 3 different decks that I have. Move you over a little bit. So I have my Earthcraft Oracle deck, my Sacred Destiny deck, and my Psychic Tarot for the Heart. So I think I'm going to do the Psychic Tarot of the Heart first, and we're going to move on from there. Thank you everyone who has been in the live with me and liking the video and sharing. Again, Cyrilla. Oh wait, is that Saucyrilla? I'm 30. Saucyrilla. Oh God. Will you pick me my own card at the end of the? Sure, I will. Okay, Saucyrilla. Okay, I'm. Look, this made me feel like I'm so old saying your name like that, but okay. But yes, I will, and I'll have you pick the deck, or I might pick it. I don't know. We'll see. But we're first gonna start with our Pisces in North Node and Pisces. Okay. The collective message of the energy for Pisces in the North Node and Pisces For the collective, what is the message that we need to know? What is this energy that will be under? Ooh, these are some tough cards. And one card, what is the message that we need to know for? And one card. Ooh. Find balance. And I was just talking about that, about finding balance. So one of the things that we are going to and these are oracle cards, so I may read out of the book as well. But one of the focuses that we need to be having in next year, well, as the North Node is in Pisces, is making sure that we find balance. Find the balance in the imaginative and also the practical of how can we bring these great ideas, this new sense of ourselves into the physical world, not being so stuck up in our minds, but also not being open to receive those new insights and those dreams, those messages, the spiritual side of ourselves. So find the balance in that. On this card, there's a ring, so that's dealing with our relationships, more than likely marriages. There's a baby on here, so being a parent or being of the family, find the balance in that. There's a book, so making sure that a sense of study, a sense of our intellect, a sense of our wisdom. There's a wine glass, so find that balance. It's not eligible for the next 10 because you may be promoting a brand, product, service. You are promoting yourself or your own business? I mean, I guess both. That was weird. Okay. Anyway, but it's a cup. It looks like a cup. So that to me is like being with friends, of celebration, of not being so serious, making sure that you have that leisurely time so it can, reset you. There's also a hourglass, so making sure we find the balance of like how we are spending our time. And I think I said that before about that's where we're spending our time, but maybe reimagining our schedule, our routines. And then lastly, we have this rose here, and to me the rose is representing love, being out in nature. So again, just trying to get into finding a balance, being able to experiment with that. Okay, I'm gonna read that card off. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so cope, multitask, breathe. You may find the matters of the heart require extra effort at this time. More and more demands may be placed upon you, requiring you to juggle your attention. Family gatherings, school commitments, requests for assistance, and other obligations may arise within a short period of time. Just breathe. And remember to be flexible. Adapt your approach to each situation at hand. Know that you have the ability to keep everything and everyone in balance. You may also be called upon to play the role of mediator. This is a time for compassion, understanding, and you are up for the task. Work with people individually, giving each position equal consideration. Help all involved to understand another viewpoint and find middle ground. Finally, in order to maintain balance, you yourself must be in balance. So it's vital that you take time for you. Love it. All right. I feel like I can almost leave it there for this energy for the North Node, but I'm gonna do just this card, and then after that, Saucy Rilla, I'm gonna pull a card for you. Thank you again for the crown and just being a part of the live and liking and everything. So we're gonna do this one last card for the collective, and then I'll move on to you, Saucy Rilla. Let me make sure. You still here, Saucy? If you're still, yep, okay, I see you. All right. What is the overall energy? What's the message that we need to know as the North Node moves into Pisces? What's the collective message? What's the collective message? What's North Node moving into Pisces? Also, expression is going to be highlighted. Again, that's dealing with the arts, creativity, music, theater. People are really going to be wanting to be more so in their creative bag, not just like a content creator, but it's going to be more dealing with the arts. Okay, stop. All right, we have the Spirit of the North card. So Spirit of the North, that's earth energy. Again, as I was talking about earlier, making sure we're bringing these insights down to earth. How are we grounding? How are we staying connected with earth? How are we treating our bodies? How are we going about our health? How are we treating nature in itself? And how can we utilize the energy of earth? Making sure, I know right now in America we're in the fall entering winter, but how can we still make sure that we're honoring those energies and taking care of it, right? Again, that is an oracle deck, so I'll read out of here for you guys. The Spirit of the North is connected to the element of earth. It initiates you in the energy of strength, stability, practicality, and resourcefulness. When this archetype comes into your life, it is a call to bring your awareness back to everyday, mundane tasks. Again, remember I said we might be up in the clouds. We want to make sure that we're coming back to the present. Dreams need real-world action to take shape in the physical world. Preparation and pragmatism, don't quote me, are the tools that will serve you well at this time. You're on the right path, so don't give up. Pulling this card is also a reminder that greatness is not built overnight. Have patience. Pisces is also a sign of patience. Have patience as you work, and Virgo. Have patience as you work toward your goals, and celebrate small wins as readily as big accomplishments. If you are seeking financial security, you shall find it through determination and proper planning. If you are seeking health and well-being, you will obtain this through perseverance and commitment. I mean, that's a good sum up. These two cards are a pretty good sum up of what I just spoke up in the live. I just love this stuff. Okay, Saucy Rilla. I'm going to pull from my Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, and I will tell you what the card is and also read from the book. Are you still here? You still here, Saucy? Okay. Thank you again for being part of the live. You were my buddy this whole time. I appreciate you. And I do hope that this message helps you along for how to get into this North Node in Pisces. All right. Okay. You heard Pisces on your FYP and joined right in. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. All right. Ooh, so you got the Truth card. So there may be something that either you maybe there, I don't know if there's been something that you've been waiting on. You've been waiting on a certain message or about from someone. You wanted someone to speak the truth, or it might be an aspect of yourself that you need to be more true to. I'm going to pull another card, but that one popped out. Usually when a card, also with this Truth card, if you can't see it, there's a person in the sky and it's like he's blowing wind on this tree. So there's some kind of information, that's coming in that's going to bring you a sense of like a new life in a sense, or information that you need to move on, but it's something dealing with the truth. So what truth is it that Saucy is supposed to have? What is this truth? What will this truth do for him? Diligence. You also got your Diligence card. So yeah, it's like you need this truth for you to move forward. And when you get this truth, you have to make sure that you're staying diligent, that you're staying on task, that you're staying focused. Because ultimately, let me see. Yeah, because also this Change and Illumination card was there too. Change and Illumination. So yeah, let me read you what what these are. We're going to start with truth. Okay, so Song of the Wind. Wind is in the realm of the air elements, one of the four elements of life. Air takes form in the oxygen we breathe, as well as in breezes and spheres. Don't quote me. It also represents our communication skills. When we speak, it is the air that passes through our mouths that allows us to speak and communicate. Wind is also prana, the source of life. As you communicate your truth to yourself and others, you'll find new energy and vitality emerging within your life. So whether truth is coming in or you need to be more truthful, there's something, I don't know what that truth may be. Maybe it's a truth about yourself. Maybe it's not even talking to anybody else, but maybe it's just a truth that you need for yourself. But be honest with yourself and speak from your heart. Find your truth. Listen for what is sincere and honest in others. One of the most difficult things to know is what's true for you and what isn't. Sometimes it takes sincere silence to find your inner voice of truth. But once you find it, let go of anything in your life that isn't authentic. Share your truth with others. Release relationships in which you can't be yourself and can't be real. Being genuine can allow your spirit to fly and the song of your soul to be heard in the universe. Okay? And again, and it's funny, you have truth and then you also have diligence. And diligence, again, is dealing with the element of air. It's a bird, you're flying. And in this picture, he's flying above the clouds. It's almost like that truth is going to set you free. It's going to give you free range. It's going to, but also like this bird is flying over these crop fields. So there's a potential of receiving some kind of reward or a form of abundance in a way once you're able to, change in the form that you're communicating, not only with yourself but with other people. But let me read this off to you and we will be done, my friend. I really do hope this resonates with you, that it brings you some form of clarity. It just does something for you. Okay. Traditionally, fields were left fallow on farm for extended periods of time to allow the soil to recover and rebalance its nutrients, to break disease and pest cycles, and to provide a haven for wildlife. Letting fields lie fallow meant that the subsequent crops were much healthier and more vibrant. Engaging in this time-honored process takes patience and diligence, but the results are worth the wait. All right. There are times in life to step forward and take risks, but there are other times to be patient. Step carefully and slowly and know that the benefits you will gain in the future will be worth it. Be attentive, meticulous, and persistent. Use this time to plan for action steps in the future. Be diligent and consistent at each step as you move forward. By doing so, you will harvest remarkable results in the years ahead. This is not the time for instant gratification. Your diligence will pay off in the future tenfold. This is a time for deliberate organization. Clean house. Clean clutter out of your life. Be thoughtful about how you spend your time and be discerning when choosing with whom you spend it. Clear out relationships that do not support you. So yeah, it seems like you gotta be truthful with yourself in whatever relationships that you're in. And you don't necessarily have to break things apart, but the best thing you have to do for yourself is just to be honest with yourself, have that conversation. If you are involved with people who you feel that you feel close with, who understand you, then and you can be truthful and you've been holding back, this will probably be a good time to do that. But just do that with, try not to bring too much of your emotions into it. And then if there's anything that you've been working on, making sure that you stick with that. Be truthful that this is actually something that you want, and put your energy into that, and put your energy into making those changes, because the change card came up as well. But making those changes so that you can reap this beautiful harvest that obviously is going to be coming into your life. You just have to be patient and work towards it, and be more honest within yourself about how you've been feeling, and maybe with other people, and just make sure that you're planning these things out, and they even said about how you're spending your time, which is something we were talking about before anyway. So yeah, I hope this helped. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for everyone who have watched this live. To my IG family, I know I haven't been on Instagram in a while, but I'm so happy to share this video with you. If you can, please follow my Pinterest. It is Cosmic Ray on Pinterest. That's where I have all my AI. You said it definitely helped. Okay, girl, I'm so happy that I helped you. Let me follow you because you're awesome. Are you from, are you in the Americas? I don't think I can follow you. How old are you? Are you old? Okay, you're 22, thank God. Okay, I don't think I can follow you. Well, I'll try to do it after this. Is this the follow button? Oh, wait, I do follow you. Never mind. Don't mind me. But yeah, before I go, does anybody else? Hi, Rustique from South Africa. Hi. Okay. Before I go, does anybody else want a card pool? I'll leave this up as I kind of gather my cards together. Let me tell y'all, I'm glad that I decided to do this day. Because at first I was like, oh, you need to do this earlier, and I was like, but I'm glad I decided to do it on this Taurus full moon, and I actually have my Taurus is in my fifth house, which is the house of expression. And then also in my second house, I have Venus in Pisces, which is all about creation, art, and all that other stuff. Or my third house as well, because that's my whole sign. But anyway. But yeah, Instagram fam, it's wonderful to see you and talk with you. Oh, also, I do natal chart readings. My website is aligned-essentials.com. I do natal chart readings. I do numerology, your personal year reading. So in your personal year readings, I'll take your birthday, your birth month, your birthday, and then the current year. It could be for this year or especially for next year, so you can plan your energy out a little bit more. But I'll take that and I'll pretty much let you know what your personal year will be and what energy will you be under as well. For example, I'm in my personal year 5, and so 5 deals with changes. It deals with it can be abrupt changes, or it can also be planned and meticulous change. It's also a year where you kind of, because there's so many changes, a sense of kind of like letting it go, in a sense of like, for me personally, of just receiving and relaxing and really enjoying what I already have. And next year I'll be in my 6-year number, which I'm not really familiar with. I haven't experienced, I don't remember being my 6th year before, but nonetheless, the personal year numbers really help you to navigate how you can be prepared mentally, emotionally, and how to best plan your energy around that. So yeah, you can find I think my website is in my bio, but it's align-essentials.com. Go under appointments. Under appointments, you'll see that, and under products, you'll see my meditation that you can buy as well if you're interested in it. Other than that, thank you guys again to my Instagram fam. Hi, love you. Yeah, it's been a minute, but I be in these streets, you know what I'm saying? I be at home taking care of my kids and meditating, but I be out here. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I really do hope that this message has helped you feel prepared for next year. And if you have any questions, you can always DM me and I'll be here. Peace, love, and take care.